right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Paul, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh sitting next to Andrew Filipponi, and we're going to be taking your phone calls tonight. 412-575-2600 is the number. The phone lines are open, so get online right now. You can also tweet us. I'm at Richie Walsh. He's at Pony Express. We're going to be talking about the Penguins and the Battling Buccos. The Pens with a huge win today at home, snapping a 3-game losing streak and beating the Carolina Hurricanes. And this was an absolutely huge game for the Penguins for playoff positioning. Now they pretty much solidified a 2nd and 3rd seed. This was a must-win for the Penguins, and I like the fact that they actually won it. You know, sometimes they kind of go through the motions, but I figure this is a veteran team, and they don't do that this time of the year against this kind of opponent.
Well, the problem right now, Rich, is that 2 of their star players aren't healthy. And so the fact that they're able to win games right now, a critical game that had they lost in regulation, they would have been tied in the standings with Carolina. And actually, the Hurricanes would have had the tiebreaker because of that regulation overtime win stat. You don't want to go into the playoffs playing not only poorly, but wondering when Malkin's going to be back, and probably more of more duress or more concern is when Chris Letang is going to be back in there. And, you know, they're winning without really any production from Phil Kessel. And that's something that you wonder how long you're going to be able to make that last for, Richie. He hasn't scored a 5-on-5 goal since January.
Yeah. Hornquist was in the same boat, but he did score tonight. I think it was like 32 games without a goal or something like that. But, you know, Kessel does provide some production. He does lead the team in like the last 10 or 11 games in points. But you're right, he's not getting the goals. And that's what they need from a guy like this, especially in the postseason. But getting back to what you were just talking about was Malkin. It looks like he'll be back in the next couple games and ready for the postseason. The guy that I'm worried about is Chris Letang. I don't know how close he is or how far he is away from playing in a game right now.
Yeah, because it's a neck injury again, and that was the problematic area that kept him out of that 2nd Stanley Cup run, and then he had surgery, and we watched what happened in the outdoor game earlier this year. Look, they won a Stanley Cup without him a couple of years ago, but the odds of them, even with their depth on defense right now, of finding a way of doing that again, I think is slim to none, given who they're going to have to go through to vie for another Stanley Cup. He takes up, 27, 28 minutes a night, probably in a playoff setting where you're leaning on your star defenseman. He's going to play shorthanded on the power play, too. I mean, he's a man of all seasons.
Yeah.
He plays in every situation, and so that being up in the air, even if they go in, they should not lose another game, right? I mean,
they got Detroit twice.
They should sweep Detroit. They should beat the Rangers on Saturday. They should go into the playoffs on a 4-game winning streak, but there's going to be kind of a pall is going to be cast over this team if Letang isn't ready to come back game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, I don't want people to confuse what I'm about to say here. I mean, they've been pretty good without Chris Letang. They won a Stanley Cup without him.
They got a winning record this year.
Yeah, they have a winning record without him, but this is a guy you want in your lineup. They might play more structured without him, too, because they kind of let him just freewheel it back there a little bit. But you want him in the lineup. I think they were, 7-2 and – or they're 8-2-2 without him now.
8-3-2, I think, this month without him. He only played 3 games out of the 16 this month. You could beat the Carolina Hurricanes of the world at home with him. You can beat the Detroit Red Wings or the New York Rangers without him. But if you have to cross over and play the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Boston Bruins, you're not going to beat them without Chris Letang. I'm sorry. I mean, there's a reason why there's this groundswell this year. There's this support to put him in the Norris Trophy conversation because of his goal scoring, which is way up as opposed to last season's, and the fact that the guy last year that was a liability at times and probably took too many chances or occasionally would make the boneheaded play, we haven't seen that Chris Letang as much this year. So even though he hasn't been healthy, Richie, I think this has probably been Chris Letang's. When he's been on the ice, I think this has been his best season.
Okay, so the odds are the Pens are going to finish 2 or 3. They're not going to catch Washington, that's for sure. They're 5 points out with 3 games to go. They're not catching Washington. They could catch the Islanders, and right now they have the tiebreaker, and it goes down to goal differential. To me, I know Jason Mackey disagreed with me yesterday, but I don't think it's an advantage finishing second. I don't mind them finishing third because I actually like going. I would like for them to go on the road first, and if they could steal one, then the momentum's in their favor. That's the way I feel.
I honestly don't think it matters. I really don't. I think the healthier team, the team right now, we look at the Islanders as a team that outside of Anders, Lee, and Barzal can't really score. So they're going to try to win every game 1-0. They're going to try to win every game 2-1. They've had the best goaltending tandem in the league this year. They've given up the fewest goals. They're going to try to win ugly games. And so whether the games are in Pittsburgh or the games are on Long Island, I don't think their style is going to change at all. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, look, you can go year by year. You're going to find 4 home teams that lose, and you're going to find 4 home teams who win in the first round. So to me, when you look at the stats, it's a coin flip. A home ice, to me, means very little. It's about the matchup. How do you stack up against the team you're playing? And I think whether it's in Pittsburgh, New York, or on the moon, I like the Penguins against the Islanders, regardless of who finishes ahead of who in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, when I said that, a lot of people came back with me, hey, it's hard to win a Game 7 on the island. In New
York. I mean, they won a Game 7 in Washington.
They won a Game 6 on the island, a few years ago. So they won a Game 7 in Washington.
There?
Yeah,
we were both.
Yeah, we took a selfie. Yeah, that was the Brooks Orpik. All right, well, we got more to talk about, plus the Pirates with their big win, their first win of the season in Cincinnati. The home openers tomorrow, so we're taking your phone calls tonight. 412-566-00. Got a couple lines open. Give us a call or send us a tweet back in a couple minutes.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.